It's Conduit News Radio with Paul Harrell.
Let's actually go to the phones. We have city councilman from the city of Jonesboro on the line. We got Bobby Long is with us. He's running for re-election. Hey, Bobby, how's it going, sir?
Hi, Paul. How y'all doing this morning?
I'm doing really well. Well. Hey, you're running for re-election, and you're a very conservative guy. I've known you for a while, and you definitely have a limited government stance, and I know that's why you want to run again, or you want to get elected again, is to bring that vision once again to the city council of Jonesboro.
Yeah, it is. There's, when you're a limited government guy, sometimes you get pigeonholed as, you're not for progress. You don't want to see the city grow. You don't want this. You don't want that. But the way I view it is that there's some things that government should be involved in, some things that government should not. One of those, just for instance, if there's things that private industry could bring to the city, I don't think the government needs to be involved in that. I think we need to go out, court those companies that can come in, that can buy our land, and hire our people and operate things as for profit. Instead of the government competing with private industry. I just don't think that's the way that it should be. Also, I think that within the next few years, because Jonesboro's grown so much, we're gonna need to not only build, but equip and hire new firemen, for a couple of new fire stations, and that takes a significant amount of money. And just like with every household, there are needs and there are wants. First of all, you have to go and make sure that you can fund the city's needs. Make sure that we have good infrastructure on our roads. Make sure, that we're protected, because no one wants to live in a city that's not safe. No one wants to bring a business to a city that's not safe. So we have to make sure that, first of all, we take care of our priorities. And then, if there's money left over, then we go for those wants. I almost equate it like taking a kid into a toy store. Kids don't really care what things cost. They just say, I want this, I want this, I want that, I want this. But then it's the adults that have to say, okay, well, you need a new pair of shoes. So I have to buy you shoes, and then if we have leftover, then I can look at these other things. But let's take care of what you need first.
Yeah, that's funny.
So
a lot of politicians, I think, are the kids. So it's good that you're the adult in that analogy, Bobby Long.
I sure hope so. Because, I would love to see Jonesboro grow. I want to see Jonesboro grow. I want to see Jonesboro grow responsibly. I also want to leave Jonesboro when I, at some point in time, vacate, the office. I want to make sure that Jonesboro is in not only a good spot as far as what we have, as far as amenities are concerned, but I want to leave Jonesboro with good roads, a sound financial position, and put it in a really good place for future growth and for future families. My kids live here. My wife and I have been married almost 30 years, and we raised our twin boys here. We're invested in this community. She runs options on Main, so we are invested in this community. So we have nothing but good things and good desires for
Bobby. We're running out of time here in just a minute, but
sure.
I want to ask you one thing. What do you think about this casino amendment? We were just talking to former JP and maybe future city councilman over in Russellville, Lane Scott. Now, that's a huge issue over there. What do you think about the casino amendment, the idea it could go in our backyard, which is West Memphis, or us having to say as to whether or not Pope County has to have a casino? What are your thoughts?
There's a couple. There's multiple things wrong with that. I probably would not vote for it. I didn't support it. Not going to. First of all, I think it wrecks families. I think that gambling is an issue. Now, I'm not going to go out and say, you don't do this, or force my views on other people. However, but when you have something like this that dictates where things can go, who runs them, and who's going to be winners and losers, nah, I'm out on that.
Yeah, and that's the answer right there. Hey, Bobby, I know you got to run, sir. Best of luck in your re-election bid to be a Jonesboro City Councilman again, okay?
I appreciate it. Thanks, Paul.
All righty. Folks, Bobby Long, everybody. Man, we've got a jam-packed hour today, and we're going to be back here tomorrow. And No, Joe. I know what the clock says. I know. But I appreciate you looking out. Tomorrow on the program, we're going to be talking to Senator-elect Mark Johnson. He'll be checking in from the polls. Also, we're going to air this interview that we're about to record and air on our digital platforms, Mr. Larry Schweikart, on the early voting numbers across the country, where he sees things. He has said, this man, Larry Schweikart, New York Times bestselling author, A Patriot's History of the United States. Go get that book. It's amazing. We're going to be interviewing him here in 30 minutes on the program, on the Facebook page, Conduit News, as well as the YouTube. Go to YouTube and search for Conduit News. He has said since July that the Republicans will keep the House by 5 or 10 seats and will gain 5 to 7 in the Senate. And he's got these early voting numbers that really do make you think that the mainstream media and all these polls are wrong. And so that I wanted to have him on. We're going to be talking to him coming up in 30 minutes on our digital platforms, and then we're going to re-air that probably this time tomorrow for our terrestrial radio affiliates. Anyway, it's Election Day tomorrow. You got to get out and vote. You need to call every one of your friends and family outside the state or inside the state. If you live in District 2, if you're in the Little Rock area listening to us on The Answer, 101.1 The Answer, you have got to get out and vote. You cannot take this election for granted. The Democrats have fielded a candidate to challenge Republican French Hill. Congressman Hill needs to remain a congressman. He needs to go back, okay? Democrats have fielded candidates for, against our folks, and we've got to send our federal delegation back. Rick Crawford, Bruce Westerman, Steve Womack, and French Hill. They got to go back, okay? And we as Arkansas need to not take anything for granted, and we have to go out and vote. Do you like the trajectory of the country? Then you got to vote for folks who are going to, not impeach the president. Boy, the bar's really low, isn't it? We'll see you tomorrow.